President, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next, I entertain a motion to...
So moved.
So moved. Need a second?
Second.
Second. Any corrections? If not, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you.
What? That was for the minutes?
Yeah, for the minutes.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Yeah, this should be.
Okay.
Okay. Next, we have one citizen's comment, Mr. Roger Cerny. Go ahead, Mr. Cerny.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners. Illegal dumping and littering has reached epidemic proportion in our county. This cowardly practice has led to the desecration of cemeteries, the invasion of residential neighborhoods, in some areas making it unsafe for our children to play outdoors. As the duly appointed Health Inspector and Environmental Director of Alberta County, it is my statutory duty and responsibility to enforce the Texas Health and Safety Code. Elimination of this major health threat is the #1 priority of our department as I speak. Over the next few days, I will be meeting with the sheriff and constables of the 4 precincts with the end in mind to investigate, apprehend, and seek prosecution for these culprits. If local resources are unable to deal with this situation, I will not hesitate to call upon state and federal agencies for help. Illegal dumping and littering in Valverde County must stop.
Thank you. Okay, that's all the citizens' comments. Anybody else? All right, thank you. Did you sign up?
I would like, yeah, good morning.
You want to please sign? Yep, and before you leave, sign up that,
Oh,
okay?
okay,
Okay, but go ahead and then turn in that.
okay. Is it okay if I say
Yeah.
something before? Okay. It's just a general commentary, and I may have some questions, but,
Well, in the citizen's comment, we cannot answer questions.
oh, okay. All right, the commentary then is, I would appreciate the county library being reopened. I think it's well past time, and I've been under the impression and been told on more than various occasions that the library would be reopened as soon as the new edition was completed. And we're approaching 2 months on the shutdown, and it just seems kind of unusual, to say the least, that the library stays closed. And if you say I'm not allowed to ask questions, I understand that. But I'll say this in terms of a commentary: it would be nice if it was announced as to when the library is going to be reopened, if it's going to be reopened.
It was in the paper.
I'm sorry, I don't get the paper.
It's open.
It is open?
Yeah,
That's all I can say, but.
you can't comment, but it was on the paper.
Okay, all
Okay.
right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, anybody else? If not, let's go to item 6. Discuss possible action on approving payment for Texas Department of Transportation for invoice of $188,351.42. Entertain a motion for that.
Which one is this one?
This is
That's the reimbursement. Where we getting the money?
We'd actually set a line item aside, I think.
Is it in the bill?
Yeah, for 188, we just have to plug the balance in.
The 351.42.
Correct.
This is good, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You gonna make the motion, good?
Motion to approve.
Need a second?
Second.
Second. Any more discussion, questions? Not all those in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Nobody? 5-0. Next, we have a private report on the DEAA grants, Laughlin Air Force Base, Westgate.
Good morning. In your package, you should have gotten an outline and review of the progress report for Westgate tasks that were completed, this last meeting, roofing framing. The roof framing has been completed, the water main, installation, the interior wall framing, and the parking lot grading has, been complete. We've got plumbing, electrical, and rough-in, communication rough-in, roof flashing and panels, of course, all the roof work. Roof work, is contingent on weather, and as you can see, today was not a good day to be roofing, right? Lighting poles are, to be completed, overhead doors. Issues came up and were reviewed and are on schedule, and getting permanent power installed. Some of the concerns that were, looked at in the last meeting was, the fill specifications for the parking lot grade, and also, just, and not a concern, but just a report that the lead is holding pretty good. We're at 97%. We'll continue to try to hold that level. And there has, go ahead.
The what?
The lead, the project needs to meet a silver certificate lead for the Air Force to accept the building, and as the project progresses, you gather points to hold the, certain grading lead, so they're at 97%.
When you said grading on the property, one of the things that y'all had gone out last week, I think, y'all had gone out, like, I'll say this, what, 50-some thousand?
Well, we had a meeting, and we're able to, I don't think we've gotten a definite answer yet. The contractor's here, Steve, that's still up in there. We had the architect get together with the testing and.
I like last week's.
Yeah, I know. Well, we had another meeting, and they're trying to get to a consensus and make sure we have the correct fill. Laughlin was requested the testing results from Carrillo. They wanted to look at it one last time before they kind of sign off on it.
Okay.
But so far, we're continuing to move forward, and the last concern that was discussed was payment.
Yeah, and I have some questions.
Again, the state is a little, well, about 2 months behind on payment, but Mr. Padilla has been working on that diligently all last week to try to get the state to respond. He's got some information, and he'll elaborate on this. And also, Mr. Esser is here to provide additional support and information.
So we're 60 days behind
That's correct.
on getting paid from the state?
Paid from the state, so therefore the state is trying to pay September, October, November, December invoices.
So we're at $1.2 million,
Yes, sir, to that account.
and we have not paid our contractor for December.
Bill, which contractor?
Our general.
Our general
General
contractor.
contract, all right.
We have not.
That's correct.
We have not. And you have an item to take care of that here in a minute?
We do.
The latest communication with the Texas Military Preparedness Commission was this morning, and this is what they're showing us, that within 24 to 48 hours, that check will be in our bank.
Okay.
And they, just to add to what Mr. Padilla said, they did realize that it was their mistake, it wasn't our mistake. So they said for reasons X, they didn't tell the reasons. They,
Somebody didn't
they
show up
messed
to work?
They
Somebody
messed
didn't show
up.
up to work that
They messed up,
day?
but we did turn in our invoice and everything in December, right, Carl? December 18th or something around there?
For the months of September and October, November, the reimbursement requests were submitted quarterly. So for those 3 months, you had to submit within 20 days of the following month, which would have been December the 20th. Valverde County submitted all their information to the governor's office on December the 8th. So there's not been a request for any additional information. Everything the county did was correct. It's just we're waiting on them to push the button.
But they assured us this, yeah, actually Friday and today, that they would be waiting 24 hours to check the deal.
Okay. I believe the only reason they said this was slow was because the request was filed right before Christmas, around December the 20th. But that's the only reason that she could come
There's
up
your
with-
answer, they took off.
They took off, see, I was right.
More than
They
likely.
took off 3 months.
But we did submit it on the 8th, so it was even before the holidays.
Yeah.
So they did
They
it.
just,
Yeah.
they just didn't do it.
Generally, it should be about a 30-day turnaround.
So we should have had our money in January, and here it is, almost the end of February, and we're still
Been
waiting.
60 days since we submitted the request. And the request was complete. Yeah. It is what it is.
Okay.
It seems like we're getting that more and more, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but this man wants to get paid.
Anything else, Mr. Whiskey?
No, that's all on that.
Okay. And any other questions, Mr. Whiskey? All right, next, let's go to item 8, consider an act upon request for Charles Willis Associates to amend original contract budget for DAA Pratt, Lock and Force Base, statewide.
What's this gonna cost us?
Mr. Willis provided a request, and an explanation why he's making the request. It's not costing us anything, we're just diverting funds from one line item in his contract and moving it to different tasks under the construction administration. He's basically the resident project representative, was budgeted at $135,000, and they're running about 40% on that one. So he has money there that he can divert it to
Did you,
construction.
we don't have that, right?
You should have had this in your packet.
It's just a letter, right?
It's a letter, it explains why more hours of reviewing RFIs and that type of information.
So no
So it's not any
additional
additional funding, no, it's within his,
Within the scope of work, you're just moving it from one line item to
That
another.
is correct.
funds. Motion to approve.
There's a motion, need a second?
Second. Martin.
Second, Mr. Whitlow. Okay, any other questions? Not all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, item 9, consider an act upon scheduling public hearing for proposed 2017-2018 TX-CDBG Colonial Construction Fund application to Tech Department of Agriculture. Go ahead.
Judge, thank you. There's an opportunity that will exist between now and June of 2017 for Val Verde County to apply for colonial construction funds in the amount of $500,000. There's actually 22 recognized and identified colonials. These are for water and sewer improvements. And so nothing's being prioritized. Nothing's gone before the grant review committee. But one of the requirements in order to apply and to have the bus move forward is to conduct a public hearing to gather input, maybe for those areas within the county that may so benefit from.
So do we have to have one public hearing for each area, or?
No,
a
one public hearing countywide.
For anybody?
Yep.
Anybody showing?
And you need a date?
I was gonna suggest maybe Wednesday, March the 1st at 5:15 p.m.
Where at?
At y'all's pleasure. We could have it here, I guess, in county court of law, or
Does it need to be posted
it needs to be published.
and published?
Yeah, maybe put that.
I'll make a motion to set it March the 1st at 5:15 p.m. here in the county courtroom.
Thank you.
There's a motion, need a second?
Second. Or who's gonna publish it? I just wanna make sure we had, who's
Oh,
publishing it?
I'll coordinate with Roy.
Okay.
Send him a note.
Okay, there's a motion, a second. Commissioner Flores, did you second that?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, he can.
Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, item 10, discuss possible action appointment of elected official for the grant review committee and the policy review committee. This one, I brought it up because we need to replace Commissioner Ramon that was in this committee's. It's up to you guys, you're going to put Commissioner Wardlaw there, or? put
I'll make a motion to put Commissioner Wardlaw there in place of Commissioner Ramon.
Okay,
So
for both of them?
Both of them.
For both of them?
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
I think he'll do a good job.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any other question? If not, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, we have Discuss possible action approval of purchase of 2 Xerox printers at the cost of $290.03 each, and 1 printer fax at the cost of $480.03. Payment to be made JP3 Technology 5 in accordance with CCP Part 102.0173 and on the budget file. These items are to replace printers that are worn out and beginning to.
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second.
On their technology, I think that's for
Okay.
other.
Yeah.
Well, we have the money, Judge Cole.
Oh, yes, sir, I
Okay.
have about $7,000.
Okay, there's a
Oh, you shouldn't
motion.
have told us that.
There's a motion, second. Any other questions?
Oh, y'all notice how she paid for that out of her own funds?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0.
Thank you,
The judge
Judge.
didn't like that. He was, anybody said, hi. We understand, Judge.
All right, next, item 12, consider an act on contract of management and administrative services for Esser and Company Consultant LLC, text.cdbg 7216-075, Colonia Construction Fund Project for San Felipe Pastures and Vega Verde Road water improvements.
Carl?
You should have in your packet there the contract for administration for the recently awarded project between Val Verde County and PDA. The county went out for procurement for these services a while back, and it was the Selection Review Committee's recommendation to Esser and Company, and this is our contract, bringing it back to court for approval.
Motion. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any other question? Not all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, item 13, consider an act upon contract for professional engineering service for TR Engineering Incorporated for Texas CDBG 7216-075 Colonial Construction Project for San Felipe Pastures and Vega Verde Road water improvements.
No.
So moved. In a second. Any questions from this person? If not, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? All right, next, we have
Thank you.
okay. Item 14, discuss possible action on property ownership and sanitation on Old Broadbent Road. Go ahead, Mr. Wardlaw.
This is, has to do with what Mr. Cerny was discussing earlier in the comments. And, where they're dumping on, Broadbent Road is across from San Felipe Cemetery. And Mr. Cerny researched the ownership of that property, and it belongs to the city and the county. And it's approximately, 50 acres that adjoins right along the highway there. And it's got property landlocked. Citizens have been paying taxes on property there since 1917. For 100 years, and they've been landlocked and can't get into their property. And this is where they're dumping. This is where it's extreme dumping. And Ms. Gleason went out the other day and saw it and took pictures and assessed the situation. But it's a lot of concrete blocks, rebar, trash. It's just trash to the maximum, and it's. I told the city manager what it was, and it's. Mr. Cerny says it's the problem of the owners, the landowners. Well, that's us, the city and the county, and so.
So a lot of that stuff, Martin, you'd said that a lot of stuff had some concrete, had some rebar in the concrete.
Yeah. 3 or 4
Stuff
feet.
that if we cut the rebar, I mean, I guess the whole thing is to get it clean. Whatever can be pushed down, whatever can get cleaned needs to get cleaned. Is there monies out there for that, Carl? Is there any grants out there that would allow us to maybe start the process
We
versus
don't have
trying to
some
pay out of
funding.
pocket?
Can we get some funding through that self-help deal for dumping?
I was told that the Middle Rio Grande could possibly help on this situation. And,
There used to be a grant a long time ago through Middle Rio Grande for dumping I don't know if they still have it.
Well, they had a solid waste right there.
Yeah,
Actually
solid
come to
waste,
us
right.
before, right?
Yes, sir.
We can't shut them
That
down.
was for the cell phone.
The day I was elected, I found this dump. The day I went into office. And it's the dumping is nonstop. It goes full time.
If we own the property, we can't fence it off?
Oh, yeah, we fenced it off, but they stole the chain, they broke, one day they went with cutting darts and stole $125 chain, locks, a sign, and everything. They're not taking no for an answer. So now they're dumping on the highway. Tires, trash,
Commissioner, you and I can probably approach Middle Rio Grande, see if there's any money.
Middle Rio Grande, and the city manager
Yeah.
mentioned that they would,
Judge,
that they.
if we would, I'd like to have it surveyed before we start taking off and fencing and, no, actually have somebody put the pins. I know you have what's there, but if we could get somebody to go survey it, would be good. That way we have an idea of what exactly is ours in the city.
Well,
Saying maybe.
what I'd like to do is have this cleaned up and ultimately offer the citizens, the landowners there, access to their property. 100 years they paid taxes
We
on
need to
it.
build a road.
Yeah.
You need a road through it for them to get to their property.
Yeah.
We gotta know what we have first.
Exactly. That's a good suggestion. I like that suggestion, is to survey it.
Check the deed records.
Well, you have money, right?
Nope.
In the commissioner's budget, we used to have money for surveying, and we still have money for surveying. Yeah. In the commissioner's budget, we used to have money for surveying. I don't know if we put any back in there this year. I don't have the budgets in there. You know if there's any in there?
I do not know that.
I'd like for us to solve this and not get the state involved.
Yeah.
We don't want the state involved in this situation.
A lot of the rebar, a lot of the concrete stuff, that does rebar, it's just a matter of getting the rebar cut off, push it down.
Cut
Yeah.
to within an inch
Yeah.
of the concrete.
And then you can bury it.
So, there's a lot of stuff that we don't have to go through and,
Well, Commissioner, if we go to Middle Rio Grande, we're gonna go to the requirements for the state, so you have to consider that one too.
well, and the requirements that,
Last step would take the state in, huh?
Okay?
well, I think there's two different things here. One of them is getting the state involved, the other one is you have to go ahead and do whatever the state requires anyway. You don't need to get them involved, but you're gonna have to go in there and cut the rebar off, and then you can go ahead and push it off and cover it up without it not being legal.
The question is, how are you gonna stop it? Cleaning is one thing, stopping is a whole nother thing.
Can I point out that we have 100-foot right-of-way there from the fence of the cemetery to that area. It's not being utilized. So actually, we have more property that is considered right-of-way than what we are actually maintaining. That makes.
Let's just get it surveyed and then we'll figure out which way we run. And the judge already said that he would get with Martin and figure out if Middle Rio Grande has anything.
All we need is a motion to have it surveyed.
That's all I had on that, Judge.
I'll make the motion, I have property survey.
There's a motion. I need a second.
Second,
Second. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Matt's gonna ask the question from where. That's right, we used to have money in the commissioner's budget.
There was one in there
But
for
I don't know.
surveying and fencing.
Yeah, but I don't know
All the
if
same
we
line
put it
item.
back
And I was
in.
looking for it in there and I couldn't find it.
So, by research, I can't find it.
Out of his budget.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I was operating budget. I mean, I pay for other surveys with precinct 4 from operating budget.
What about the city contributing something?
The survey, yeah, the city can survey it for you. I have an engineer who's a surveyor. Why don't you try that?
That's suggested yet.
Okay. All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Next, item 15, discuss possible action on issuing credit card to Monica Lopez Foreman.
Second,
Motion and a second.
have we issued, I've never issued my form on credit card.
Mine doesn't.
Mine doesn't have
Taking
it.
it away.
Does yours form have
No,
it?
that's right.
I've already got one myself. I mean, if he has to travel, he uses mine.
That's right.
Okay, so you did, you went through
How
your...
about that, Matt? Is that standard procedure, or?
Yeah, that's pretty standard, just department head.
Yeah, but we don't, I mean, my foreman, I took all their credit cards away.
Yeah, mine doesn't.
If they want to take off, I give them my credit card.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
You got one person department, whatever that department.
And usually,
Commissioner, precinct.
yeah, that's the way it usually is.
All right. Okay, I recommend we remove this from the
Okay,
agenda.
okay, thank you. Next, we have discussed possible action on hot funds to be used for George Paul Memorial Bull Riding. Go ahead, Commissioner.
Judge, we usually set aside $4,800. I've asked Matt a little while ago what was in that account that's been being rolled over. There's approximately $9,300 still in that account that's rolled over. This is one of the, well, not one of, this is the largest event, continuous event that we have in Valverde County. I would make a motion that as long as Bobby Paul complies with all paperwork in order to get hot tax money, that we allow him to use up to $4,800.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any other question? Not all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Thank you. Next, discuss possible action on using funds that are given to fix the fire station and to be used for painting repairs at JP Building, County Court Law, and Commissioners Court Building.
Judge, we had, during the hailstorm last year, we received, I believe I think it was almost $8,900 for the fire station repair out on 90 West. We actually repaired the fire station before we received the money with county funds, parks and maintenance funds. We repaired the roof, gutter, and everything. So this $8,900 is, it's close to $8,900 is sitting in an account. I would like for the court, if the court would give me permission to use it. We've had water leaks at where the JP building's at. We actually already fixed the roof, so it's not leaking anymore, but the carpet is in bad shape, the walls. We sort of did touch-ups. There's been more Band-Aids than anything else, but if the court would allow me to use this $8,900 to do painting and do basically just on this block here, any repairs that we could do with that $8,900.
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Next, item 18, discuss possible action on paying out-of-cycle labor for repairs on Justice of the Peace Building, County Court Law, and Commissioner Court Building.
Judge, now that $8,900 has been approved.
He's gonna spend it.
Yeah. What we've got, I mean, we're sort of snowed under with county crews, but I'd like to hire, go out for bid, get a crew to come in and repaint some of the stuff that needs to be repainted with outside source. It's real hard for them to wait, from 30 to 45 days to get paid, so I'd like to pay out of cycle if possible. I'd like to make a motion to pay out of cycle.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any other question, discussion? If not, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. 5-0. Next, discuss and possible action on the lease agreement between Valverde County and Cisco Soldiers.
I'd like to make a motion to enter into a lease agreement between Valverde County and Cisco Shoulders and to waive the fee. All proceeds are given out. They don't keep a dime.
Okay, there's a motion. Is that a
Motion, yes.
Motion, second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody. Next, item 20, discuss possible action on the use of Aqua Fields for a kickball tournament.
Judge, we've had this a couple of times in the past, and they're asking to do it again. The last couple of times, it was actually a pretty good event. I'd like to make a motion to enter into a contract between Valverde County and the people that are willing to put on the kickball tournament.
Second.
There's a motion and a second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Next, item 21, discuss possible action on the lease agreement between Valverde County and ABO Youth NFL Football League for the use of the fields at 60 acres.
Yeah, I don't think it's NFL football league.
Oh, come on, man.
I'd like to enter.
That boy, you're gonna practice it.
Yeah, that's pretty good though, right? We've been, last year we did the same thing. They have a football league that uses part of the 60 acres there next to Walmart. I'd like to make a motion to enter into a lease agreement between Valverde County and the ABO
Second.
football league.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Item 22, discuss possible action on the lease agreement between Valverde County and the racetrack promotion for the use of the fairgrounds.
Judge, these people, we'd court had authorized the lease with them last year. They never did show up, but they're asking to go ahead and do this promotion this year. They don't dig holes in the ground. They don't do anything like that. They'll set some trucks up, remove the glass, mirrors and stuff like that, sort of run over. I'd like to make a motion to enter into agreement with Valverde County and racetrack promotion.
There's a motion.
What is that? What is racetrack promotions?
It's like monster trucks. They'll come in and put
Okay.
crush trucks and stuff. And then we'd had a concern 2 years ago about how they work it after they get done, but they actually run in some magnets and take up everything that's in there, so they do a pretty good job cleaning up.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, item 23, discuss possible action on going out RFQ for the firm to design a sports complex.
Me and the judge had met with Mr. Larson about the property. He is willing to donate some property, but what we need to know is what the facility is going to look like and the size of it, so we can finalize that. So in order to do that, we need to move forward with going out and looking for a firm to come in and start looking at a design for a sports complex. And then once we select somebody we can bring back and negotiate a contract, what I would anticipate on a contract would be something where we have minimal cost on the front end, and then if the bond election isn't passed in November, then we would pay the rest of it at that point. So I would make a motion to authorize purchasing department to go out for RFQs for a firm to do design on a sports complex.
Second.
Second.
The only concern here, and I voiced my concern to Commissioner Upton a little while ago. One is where it's at, and I think we've already tried to address some of that. If we could just make sure that
We're going to have to look at, since part of it does sit in a floodplain, not necessarily a floodway, how we're going to deal with probably retention ponds and stuff like that to deal with the water. And then any structure facilities would be outside of the floodplain. Anything we would build would be outside of the floodplain.
What do you visualize in this sports complex?
Probably 3 softball fields for now, 3 baseball fields, a football field, some sort of gym for volleyball and basketball, and then soccer fields, and probably just some areas for playgrounds and tracks and stuff like that. We have the opportunity, if we have a big enough complex, that we can bring in tournaments to Del Rio. Instead of our kids traveling out of town, they can come here and we can put people in hotels and do it all weekend, softball tournament or volleyball tournament or whatever the case may be, depending on what we end up building.
And if you and the judge need to have a sit down with some of these people that actually are on the leagues, Cynthia has his phone number for all the individuals. You just call her, she'll set something up for you.
Okay.
Okay, there's a motion, a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. My next, item 24, consider an act upon assignment of new colonial identification numbers for the areas TWDB Arroyo de la Noria and TWDP Vega Verde Estates.
Judge, thank you. This is a request by Commissioner Flores to have the areas down there on Vega Verde Road actually recognized as Colonia, designated Colonia in the eyes of Texas. So I coordinated with the Texas Water Development Board. We actually got the plats of those areas and submitted them to the Secretary of State's office, coordinated with them. And those numbers have actually been assigned. The area there on Vega Verde Road, below the duck pond, all the way to the end of the road, and then at Arroyo de la Noria, it's actually at the end of Vega Verde Road, at the very end. So those areas are now recognized as designated colonias in the state of Texas and on the Secretary of State's website.
So what do you need from us, since they've already designated?
Yeah, just information.
Okay. Yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Carl. Item 25, discuss possible action regarding the solicitation of bids for structural cabling project for our 4 county buildings.
This is part of the master plan for the IT infrastructure. And that would, from the explanation I got from our IT director, would be the cabling of the county courthouse, the
Library.
Fitzgerald. The library's already on a different,
Maybe we need to run cable.
right, and the poles and the Broadway location.
I thought he'd already got his prices on all this. I thought he'd gone out for bids and
You know, he went out for quotes.
And they came in way
and
over
they came in over
$50,000.
$50,000, so we have to go out for bids.
And then there was some stuff in there for the county clerk too.
There was, but it would not, I mean, they can get it done at the same time, but the funding would come directly from the county.
From the county clerk.
And get included in there.
Is Brian not here?
No, he's at the library. The people with IT over at the library got here this morning. And everything that we'd asked to do in the IT room, contractor's already done. The AC unit, the flooring, the plugs, and the ceiling. So he's there right now. If it didn't happen starting today with all the equipment being in there, that's how come the IT guy's not here.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion. I need a second.
Second.
Second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. 5-0. Next, discuss possible action regarding the payment of executed purchase not complying with current purchasing policy.
Do we not have a list, or did I miss the list?
Your administrative assistant should have provided you a list this morning. We got it late on Friday.
My administrative what?
Assistant.
I didn't think we had one of those.
Y'all have the same one. Don't argue.
Because I'm just happy I'm not on there. Well, they're doing a pretty good job.
We won for the.
I got that. I got it somewhere.
There's an extra.
I'm not on here either, so no.
I don't think there's any precincts on there, is there? No.
Sure is a lot of district courts on here, though.
The majority are
Precinct four is on there.
recurring services, and it's just a matter of turning in purchase orders before you get the service.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion. The second.
Gotta pay them.
Second. I know we had an issue when we kept, like you said, the recurring ones. They're gonna have to have a month almost to catch up, is what it is. If not, they keep coming on.
You did 2 POs
It
at
needs
the
to-
same
yeah.
time.
They just need, I think they just need to be explained that they just, right now, they need to go right.
We're working on them from that end.
Okay.
The list is getting smaller. We're doing good.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody.
Second.
Okay, next, discuss possible action regarding Valverde County, Texas 83rd District Judge entering into a 3-year service agreement with LexisNexis, now Lexis Advanced for Online Service Exchange.
This comes out of what? The law library?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's correct, yes.
Is this part of that thing that we approved like 3 months ago?
Mhm.
It is, right?
That was one one. This is a different.
Separate?
But it's still paid out of the deal.
Motion
right?
approved.
There's a
Second.
motion, the second. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody.
Your Honor, let me get the motion and second. Who did it?
He made the motion, I need a second.
Next, discuss possible action regarding capital outlet expenditures, office equipment, $2,000 Veterans Office IT equipment, $5,060 Veterans Service Office, and portable room partition, $725 Veterans
money?
Service.
It's in our budget.
They have,
for capital.
he has the money, yes.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion, second. Need a second here, Commissioner
Martin.
Wardlaw. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, discuss possible action on tax note expenditures, Caterpillar paving compactor, $69,950,
Motion approved.
and Caterpillar motor grader, $241,950.
Second.
There's a motion, second.
It's gonna be something. We need to go out and play with it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
It's
come
be
look at
something
this.
else.
Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Would you,
There's not even a stair
would you
rail.
explain to,
What?
the, tax note expenditures to the,
Well, we had set aside money, $340,000 for each precinct, and, to purchase capital outlay. These are two brand-new pieces of equipment. One is a brand-new motor grader, and one is a steel wheel vibratory compacting roller that we will be purchasing. They will have a life expectancy of about 15 to 20 years, so they'll last us quite a long time.
good
They are brand new.
good explanation, I vote yes.
Okay, okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, item 30, request and authorization to auction or dispose of the following: 91 Ingram steel wheel roller, MC30 oil distributor, and Mack 16-yard dump truck.
These are equipment that we've had for probably over 20 years. They're wore out. That's this roller that we're buying, replacing this one, so we just want to auction them off. We'll make a motion to authorize the auction.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor?
They're not wore out, though. When we go to auction, they're good pieces.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Judge, could Roy give us,
Sure.
a report on the auction that he held?
And
We-
back with you, hadn't you? On a dollar amount?
Not yet, because not everyone has paid. Everything was auctioned that we had, there was a winner. Not all winners have paid yet.
So it's not,
But there's only
doesn't
two
count,
items that have not been actually paid for.
doesn't count till it's paid.
Yeah.
Mr. Muskis, the winner of that Hummer, has he paid? There was some good profit there.
Yes, sir. That has been paid.
Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Next, item 31, discuss possible action regarding allowing library to administer a volunteer program.
It'll help us through the transition. I got a little waiver together that I gave to the legal department, just to make sure we have no liability.
Pretty strict.
But did
Pretty strict.
the resources have, did y'all have something?
The only one that we have in place is for, people that have to do community service.
Okay.
Okay,
And I-
Motion to approve.
there's a motion. Need a second?
Second.
Second. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Next, item 32, discuss possible action regarding acceptance of fire-resistant glass for interior library windows approved by Grants Committee on February 2nd, 2017.
Motion to approve. Second.
There's a motion, second. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody opposed, up 5-0. Next, item 33, presentation of
Just real quick, Ms. Monday, thank you for all the work at the library. I know that it's been stressful.
How is your grand opening coming today?
Yeah, we're still a little ways off on that one.
All right, next, presentation of 2016 annual report, officer contact data.
Morning, Board. This is the, annual report that will be submitted, the racial profiling will be submitted to the state as required by statute along with our policy. So this is the report we'll be submitting.
You don't need any action on that.
No. All right, next, discuss possible action on authorizing Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez to add 5 cellular phone lines to the Poverty Sheriff's Office inventory in addition to purchasing 5 smart cell phones as well.
The smartphones, the purchase will actually come out of y'all's budget.
Yes, the purchase will come out.
And then the service just goes into ours.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Item 35, discuss possible action on to test a camera pilot program provided by Body Worn.
Sheriff, I thought we'd actually
Yeah, I
purchased
thought we did too.
$46,000 worth.
Yes, we did, but this is a pilot program, it's free, will probably be issued 6 cameras with all the hardware to make it run. They want to test it in this kind of a rural environment. It's a vendor out of the Northeast, and it's just a pilot program. They're going to lend us the equipment at no charge. Their long-term goal is to probably serve other
other agencies such as Border Patrol. These have a lot of other, these cameras have a GPS locator. If the officer gets away from his patrol car, he's out in a rural area. It also will notify if the officer is injured or whatever and he's laying down, it'll notify within a certain amount of seconds, hey, this officer has a problem. So something that we like to try. It's free at no cost to the county.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nobody, 5-0. All right, next, discuss possible action on to authorize Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez to apply for and accept 2018 local border security program grant to include the resolution.
This went before the grant review committee here a couple of weeks back, and for basically overtime for the LBSB program.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
There's a motion and second. Any questions, discussion? Not all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Next, discuss possible action regarding the ratification of the modification of intergovernment agreement between the United States Marshal and Valverde Correctional Facility.
This came before the court a month or so ago. There were some mistakes on the original one, and just correcting those mistakes.
Motion to approve is presented.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. All right.
Thank you.
Item 38, discuss possible action on enacting 90-day burn ban for Valverde County.
So moved.
Okay, there's a motion. Need a second?
Second.
Second. Commissioner Flores. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Item 39, presentation of racial profiling report, Year 1.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's the same report that the sheriff had report that's required by law. It's just the PICO, that report, number of stops and the breakdown of.
Did you have the report?
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to accept.
There's a motion.
Second.
Second. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed. Go ahead.
Question, this is something that's supposed to be done.
Required by law.
All constable?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They don't have to do that type of report. That's what I do is about 200 film. That means that if my vehicle's equipped with the camera and I make stops and put a routine part of the job. Somebody that doesn't have a camera, they go so. It's a very short report they have to do. I'll get with Jerry.
But it still needs to be brought
Yes,
to
sir,
us.
I'll get with Jerry.
Because I think you're the only one bringing it to us.
Yes, I believe so. But I talked to Constable Hernandez today,
Okay.
and, because he's brand new.
Well, maybe if you would reach out to the other, all three of them,
Okay, sir.
if you don't mind. I mean, if they're supposed to be bringing, if everybody's supposed to be bringing it, all we're getting is yours something.
Okay, sir, we'll do that.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's a motion and second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. 5-0. Next, discuss possible action for approval of Constable Gerardo Hernandez, Precinct 4, request budget amendment to move $405.37 from office supplies to.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion.
Second.
There's a second. Okay. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
5-0. Next, item 41, discuss possible action on.
Motion to table till after executive session.
There's a motion to table. Okay. All right, next.
Later.
Item 42, treasurer's report.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How y'all doing today?
Any questions for me? Go ahead, Ed.
All these special funds, are those money deposited with you?
Yes, these special funds that are right here.
These are the ones you have?
Yes, these are the ones they come deposit with me, we take it to the bank.
Can I have a copy of that so I can cross-reference what I have? I'm gonna keep it.
Go ahead.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion. Need a second?
Second.
Second. Any questions? If not, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, discuss possible action regarding appointment of Commissioner Robert Bowen Edelson and County Auditor Matthew Weingart as Investment Committee Officer.
I've got a question. This committee, it has to come before the court, no, for the court to appoint people?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Okay, so can the court add somebody?
Yeah, it's not defined to just 3.
I'd like to make a motion, that this committee be composed of Commissioner Nettleton, our auditor, our treasurer, and then our county judge.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next, human resource report.
Make a motion to approve with the exception of item C.
Okay, there's a motion to accept.
Judge, I need to add something.
Okay, go ahead. There's a motion, I need a second before we discuss.
Second.
Second? Go ahead, Wendy.
I forgot to add the promotion of Mr. Cervantes to the foreman of precinct 1.
Well, the thing is though, that I didn't see it.
It was in January, and I just verified with the office.
Yeah, because I think you.
Motion accepts.
He was hired, the last day was on Wednesday, I think he was hired
Yes.
on Friday, so it wasn't.
Okay.
I'm assuming he started base pay, right?
Yes, sir, it's at 44,737.50.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. All right, next, we have item 45, auditor's monthly report.
Move.
So move. Need a second?
Second.
Second. Okay, any questions? If not, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. Next, item 46, discuss possible action on the refund cost of the issuance of the 2016 tax note.
We have about $1,000 that came back. It was overestimated in our issuance. So
Just put it back in the tax note.
we can't do that. It is a callable,
Okay,
so we can put it back towards the
Pay
budget.
it, pay down the bond.
Absolutely.
Motion.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. Next, item 47, discuss possible action on the pay invoices pertaining to Westgate from contingency.
I'll make a motion to approve paying them from contingency with the understanding that as soon as the money comes in from the state, contingency is reimbursed.
There's a motion second.
And I've got questions.
Yes.
There was $900,000 at the end of the day set aside for this. There was another $426,000. So we had $1.3 million. Those invoices are above that. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, there still is a balance. We roughly have a balance of about 170 still left there. We've been paying smaller invoices. This larger invoice for 334. I asked if they would like us to partial it. I was told that we wanted to wait for the whole. We've been being told probably for the last 2 weeks, last week definitely, just a couple more days. Otherwise, I would have brought an item to the court. It's not a liquidity issue. We have the money.
No, I know we have the money, but my question is, we're having to take it out of contingency because we've already used the 1.3?
We've used almost all of
Probably,
it.
yeah, this one that's coming is 1.1.
So we should be solvent once the money comes back.
Right, yeah, we have 170, 1.1 is coming. That would take us close to that 1.2.
Can we, because I know how tough it is for a contractor to have to wait. So in the event we get into this situation before, in the future, before this project is done, is there a mechanism that we can deal with this? I'll amend my motion to authorize, in the event that we are waiting on money from the state to pay the contractor out of contingency until we get the money back and then reimburse. So that they don't have to wait.
Second, accepts. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 5-0. All Item 48, discuss possible action on the sheriff's CRS invoice to be paid out of contingency.
We have another CRS invoice here, it's not a big deal, $89.
Why are we paying out of contingency?
Well, in the past, that's where they were put.
Well, doesn't he have money?
He does have money.
I'll take him to
Paid out of his budget.
You want to take out his budget? Okay.
Motion to approve paying it out of his budget.
Second.
Motion second. Okay, all those,
Can we do that? Or can we just deny this and let him go worry about it?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Which elected?
Sheriff?
Sheriff.
Oh, and what's the category?
It's a sheriff CRS invoice to be paid out of contingency.
But all we can do is deny this. We can't tell him to go pay it out of his.
Well, I guess we can.
I remain silent.
Okay, there's a motion, and a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. Nobody opposed. All right, item 49. Now we're going to executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, parenthesis 1, parenthesis A, and Texas Government Code 551.071, parenthesis 2, and 551.071, parenthesis 1, parenthesis B. Okay.
You've gotten better. Now you don't read the whole thing, you just read the numbers. Let's get smart.
So we'll take a break.
One, go back in session, no action was taken in executive session. Let's go back to item 44C. Mr. Bagley, we're going to leave this table until we meet yourself, Judge Cadena, Ms. Smith, myself, and Matt to discuss this. Okay. All right. Next, let's go to item 53, approval of subdivision. Any plat?
Yes.
Plats?
Judge, 52, Judge?
Okay. 41. Okay. Let's go back, let's go back to, table number 41.
Oh, I thought we were gonna leave this table till after
Yeah.
we had your meeting.
Yeah. Item 41 and
52.
and 52 and 40, we're going to table all those until we meet as a group. Go ahead. And 52. 41, 52, and 44C. All right, let's go. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. This is in your precinct, Commissioner. This is in Los Campos. This is one of these tracts that...
This is a new plat.
No, it's not a new plat.
No, I said a new plat.
A new plat, yeah, because we've never platted. This gentleman, this is, down here. This is a 60-foot flag. It meets the standards of our right-of-way. And he's already contracted for a septic system here. He has the septic system here and water. It could be a shared water well. He's moving a trailer. He got a 90-year-old daddy from California he's bringing down here. And he's met all...
Motion to approve.
Okay, there's a
Motion to
motion.
approve.
Second.
Second. Okay, there's a motion, second, to approve the plats. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those,
Judge, I'll abstain, I wasn't here.
okay. One abstention. Next, certificate of compliance. Okay. I need a motion to approve monthly
Move.
reports.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Not all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
5-0. Next, approve bills for payment.
Move.
So move. Need a second?
Second.
Second,
Good.
Commissioner Owens.
Okay.
Okay, any comment?
Do you have any other stuff that needs to be added, or?
No, we've already covered the CRS, Willis is covered. Another issue I'm going to run down with the Mountain View. Is this where you want to officially state it?
Well, I don't know if it's possible, I hired Montview to do a floor plan for the expansion of the community center. And he has not finished with all the paperwork needed to go out for bids. And, he's scheduled to get paid after this meeting. I had asked Matt to hold the check until we got that information that we're lacking from him.
You want us to hold the check?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll amend my motion to hold the check for Mountain View.
Until after delivery time?
Till after delivery.
Second, accept?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do it, Jim.
All right. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Nobody? Any elected officials' comments?
Talk to us for one day.
Okay. No judge's comments, and nothing else? Meeting's adjourned.
I would like to make some comments. I just want to stress on this dumping program, and the only thing I can figure where we can put some teeth into, it's like we're not doing anything to settle this. But Mr. Cerny does have the authority, and if we can give him, I don't know, personnel, I don't know what it is, Mr. Cerny, that we need to do to reinforce your department to where we can, all over San Felipe, they're dumping. They're dumping all over San Felipe. And it's like, Precinct 1 has been a trash service. They dump one day, they pick it up the next week, they dump the next week, they keep picking it up. We need to stop the dumping. Not just out on Broadbent Road, but my whole, San Felipe neighborhood. Well, what is it the Commissioners Court can do to you? You need the...
Right now, I need and I know I will receive the cooperation of Judge.
That's probably
beyond.
Yeah, I think that now it's going beyond, so you need to put on the agenda for March. So we can discuss that.
All right.
Okay. Nothing else, and means adjourned.